you have no chance of getting any untagged frames at the moment. So you could set that to a another IP address if you wanted, maybe 1.1.1 to ensure that kind of nothing got there, but it's got no IP address anyway. Okay, let's set it up. Okay, so we don't want DHCP, we want 192.168.10.1/24. And what did I miss out? It should be, and then 420. Let's commit that and just do a run show interfaces. So that's what we've got at the moment. Now that essentially is that set up, but we've got some elements here and here to deal with. If we think about it, what we're going to need is 2 DHCP pools. We're going to need one here to serve this client, and we're going to need another one down the blue network to serve this client, and also we're going to need DNS proxying, and we're going to need another NAT rule as well. Let's just show you what it looks like at the moment. If I do a show services, you'll see that we have one pool here that's serving the 10.0 network, but we need another one for the 20.0 network, otherwise it's not going to work. And then DNS forwarding. At the moment, see it's listening on ETH1. Well, we know from our setting up the interfaces that ETH1 isn't going to serve these clients. It's ETH1.10 and ETH1.20. And if we can just come out of here, if I do an IF config and do ETH1, you see that hasn't got an IP address. And but if I do that, you see that it's actually a separate network card. So we effectively have 2 network cards here that both need setting up. So they're both going to need to be listed in there. And if we have a look at NAT, okay, outbound interface is fine, but the source address, so it's going to work for one network, but it isn't going to work for the other. So we need another NAT rule as well. Okay, so what shall we start with? How about if we start with a DHCP server pool? So set service. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, then the options. Now the start address 192.168.20.10 and the stop address 192.168.20.240. What other options do we need? We need a DNS server, which we're going to have as that. We need a default gateway, which is going to be that. We need a domain name, which we're going to have as that. And let's commit that. And do they look relatively the same? Default router, DNS name, domain name, start and stop. Yeah, that's probably okay. Let's save that. Now if we do show services, so DHCP done. Now DNS, so let's do set service. See what that looks like now. Okay, and then the last one we've got is NAT. So outbound interface is going to be the same. Source address is going to be different. And type. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. So we got DHCP done, DNS done, NAT done. Let's do one more time. Okay, let's now have a look at our Windows XP boxes. We've got one there, another one there. Okay, let's do some tests. Let's check to see what the IP address is. Okay, that IP address looks good. Let me see if I can do a release followed by a renew. And let's do the same over here. Let's try a release followed by a renew. Okay, now can I ping the Vyatta box? Can I ping outside the Vyatta box? Can I ping the interwebs? Okay, so can I ping the Vyatta box? Can I ping outside? Can I ping Google? Okay, so we have two boxes here, both with internet access, both going through the vSwitch, and with a bit of luck, they should both be reachable. Something to note here is I've previously disabled the firewall. Note the network driver I'm using there, the AMD PC Net adapter, which is also known as the flexible type within here, because that's going to change. So let's have a look at what we have for IP addresses here. 192.168.10.11 and the red box. We have 192.168.20.10. Now, can they reach each other? Ping 192.168.10.11. Good. Notice the TTL being decremented by 1. And 192.168.20.11. And it's 20.10. Good, so we now have set up essentially this. We set up this particular virtual machine where it was attached to a port group that was VLAN 10. Same over here, but with VLAN 20. We set up the vSwitch with 3 port groups, one VLAN 10, one VLAN 20, one with a VLAN membership of all, or the VLAN ID of 4095. We set up the Vyatta box. Well, the Vyatta box was already there, but we set up the network membership to be one VLAN trunk port, and then the other was the internet for us anyway. Now what do we do? Let's set up, well, let's see if, what results we get with benching now. So over here on Windows XP 1, if I have a look at the properties of this, that is the options that I'm using. So here I believe that's the amount for the test, that is the interval that you get updates, and that is the window size. So we can launch the server over there. Now you need to make sure with the options here that you have that listed, because obviously that particular IP address is going to be this machine over here. It's the IP address of the server. Okay, and again how much you're going to be downloading, interval, and that's the window size. Let's see what results we get. Okay, so without any tweaks, we're getting about 500 megabit. And I can tell you now that most of that is, some of that is down to CPU performance, some of that is down to the network adapter type that we're using. And it's the network adapter type in both Windows machines. So we'll try one more time. Let's this time do it from a command prompt so you can better see the results. Let's copy that and paste that down into there. So connected, and it's only doing a gigabyte. So it just transferred 342 megabytes, and then another 353, and then it completed. So that was almost 600 there, 591 megabits. Okay, so let's see what we can do to optimize this now.